big question we get asked too all the time is, you're having a party, I've got 100 people coming, I've got 100 awesome friends that are all going to show up. How much space do I need? What do you tell them?
I reckon rule of thumb is about 1 square meter per person.
Yep.
And then you need to allow a little bit more if you want to put decorations and dance floor. But then it also depends on, like we always say, the outcome and what kind of vibe and what kind of experience you want to have for the party.
Yeah.
And that's different depending on that'll differentiate between if you need a dance floor or if you need like
I feel like we get
tables.
asked this question a lot with marquees.
Yeah.
That's like a big one. Like, is this marquee going to be able to fit 150 people?
Yeah.
We've actually got a little guide on our website that I use all the time,
it's the best thing ever.
Helps us just, okay, so this is going to fit this range, but you know, if we're going to have, again, it varies between clients, but if we're going to have a dance hall, everyone's standing up, so that's not too bad. But bar tables, they obviously take up room. Low seating takes up room. A bar takes up room.
Yeah, exactly.
The DJ
so the
takes
DJ
up room.
area.
A photo booth takes up room.
Exactly.
So I think that rule is pretty spot on.
Yeah, it's a good base rule, and then you can kind of experiment with there. Just depending on what you want, because like a photo booth can take like a 3x3 meter space, same as a DJ. And so
if you've got a 10 by 10 space, so that would do 100 people. And then you take up 3x3 space for a photo booth, for example. Then you're going to eat into your space really quickly.
Exactly. Right.
So I think one of the other issues that people quite often have is they go to the extreme. So they then pick a venue that's a basketball court because they underestimate that 100 people doesn't take up that much space, really.
Exactly.
So if you look at how big a 10 by 10 space is, it's not actually that big.
No.
And if you think about it, so the dance floor is going to take up space as far as floor space, but people are going to be on the dance floor. And that's where you want them to be. So really, you know, it's not really taking up space, but furniture, your bar tables, anything like that, your DJ setup, as we say, photo booths and stuff are all going to take up space.
Like if you want it to be cocktail, you probably just want it like a little bit bigger. But if you want it to be a party atmosphere, you don't want to have all of that space. Because then it just makes it feel a bit lost. Then it's not as crowded. So you probably don't need to go to the extreme as if you were having a sit-down dinner. Because then that's when you need to account for all of your tables.
That's right. And again, it goes back to outcome. So what sort of atmosphere do you like? I like a cozy and like a sort of, if you go to a nightclub, there's always lots of energy and atmosphere because I don't want to be necessarily rubbing up against every person. That annoys me too. But I don't want to be, the other person's over there.
Exactly.
And so when I'm working out a floor plan, if it was a function for myself, I look at the dance floor as that I allow that for people who are already going to be on there because I want people to be on there. And so I have to stand on the dance floor. Oh, I'm on the dance floor. The music's great. Before you know it, the dance floor's rocking.
Exactly.
So it's a way to get people to be on the dance floor because they have to be on there. It's there's nowhere else to go. It's a bit of a trick that I use for some of my parties. There's nothing that makes a party feel boring or terrible when everyone's disconnected. We've talked about lots of different spaces, all that sort of stuff. But if everyone's down at the bar and it's 20 metres away and the dance floor's up this end, it's a very disconnected party.
Definitely.
And the atmosphere takes a while to build.
Way too much space.
But if you're having a kids party and you need space for like a jumping castle and then all these, like a ball pit and like lots of low seating, then it's different because then you probably need a little bit more space to account for those activities.
But more often than not, I think people go to the extreme, as you said,
definitely.
and choose a venue that's too big or a marquee that's too big. And so then that takes away from it. And I always feel that it's better to have slightly too small than go too big because the atmosphere is going to be very different.
Definitely.
A metre by metre space is good, and that's a good indication. And then, you know, even for your dance floor, we sort of look at that and people go, well, how big a dance floor do I need? And we go, well, if you've got 100 people and you want 50 of those to dance, you really only need a dance floor for 50 people.
Like 5 by 5.
Done. You don't need a 10 by 10 dance floor.
Exactly.
Because not everyone's going to be dancing. Not unless it's a really great party. And you might want everyone to dance, but it doesn't always work that way. So